My name is Wesley Russell. I've been in the program for 13 months. So I grew up in Graham, Texas. I was raised by my dad and my mom, Dottie and Lane Russell. Um, for the most part, growing up wasn't too bad. Played baseball. I mean, I did normal kid stuff, And then I had my older brother. My older brother was my best friend. He passed away when I was about 14. That's really when things started taking a dip. I didn't even really, I knew who God was, but I didn't follow him. We didn't, my family wasn't a church going family or nothing like that. So, but when my brother passed away, I was mad at the entire world, man. And I turned to drugs. I hung out with him, so I knew all of his older friends. So naturally, once he passed away, I wanted to be just like him. And I ran to them older friends, which introduced me into methamphetamines. And it spiraled out of control from there. Like I just felt like, my brother Chad he hung the moon, and he was my Superman. And so when he was taken out, I didn't care about nothing. I didn't care who I hurt, how I hurt them, how bad they were hurt. I didn't care what happened. I wanted to soak the world in gasoline and watch it burn. Yeah. And I didn't care if I did or didn't burn with it. Once again, I was in jail. And I just gotten out of prison, did 5 on a 15. And I was sitting back, I was out 2 months, and I was back in jail on another drug charge. And I actually ended up into a cell with a guy that was he used to be a pastor, and we just started doing Bible studies and everything. And my time in prison, I'd found God, I'd accepted Christ, but I hadn't fully looked and accepted. And so I went through vigorous training with him in the cell. We'd go through Bible studies every day. And I finally decided, something came upon me. I was like, man, I'm going to ask for rehab. Because at that point in my life, I was like, either I'm going to continue to do this for the rest of my life and either end up dead or in prison, or I'm going to change. But I can't walk the line no more. It has to be one or the other. I have to either go all in one way or the other, whether good or bad. And another guy in the cell had a card for Faith Mission. And I just kind of threw it in my Bible, and, I was in that county jail for about 2 years at that time. And about 6 months after I got there, I was flipping through my Bible, and there it popped up, and I started making phone calls. And I ended up getting probation, and I was released on an ankle monitor. Well, people weren't allowed in Faith Mission with ankle monitors. They didn't allow them. They never worked. So I waited for another whole year to come to Faith Mission. And finally, Bob said, you know what, we're going to give it a try. Bob looked me in the face and said, you're not going to make this program. He said, you're going to go to jail. He said, we'll get you out, and then we'll work on your program. One thing about me is I don't like being told what I can't do. So I was the first person to complete the Faith Mission with an ankle monitor. Now we have like 2 or 3 ankle monitors in there now, because me and my parole officer set up a deal to where it actually works. I was on the edge. I could say what I want to. I did want to try something different, but at the core of it all, I just want to get out of another prison sentence. But I knew I wanted to try something different, but I didn't think it was going to work. I figured I would just prolong the inevitable for a little bit longer and just end up back in prison anyway. So, but that's not even close to what happened. Like I told you, they didn't allow ankle monitors, and I was waiting. It was time for to go on my first pass. And my parole officer said that I wouldn't be able to go on pass with an ankle monitor on. I couldn't get the ankle monitor until I got money. So they told me that until then I couldn't do it. So, and that was like another 4 or 5 months. And it had been like 3 months by the time I graduate. Go to green shirt, make a little money, save up to do that. And Bob asked if anybody wanted to get baptized in Legacy. I raised my hand. I said, yeah, I do. And he asked me, he said, how you gonna do that? You can't submerge that thing in water. I said, Bob, I'm from Graham, Texas. I'm a country boy. I'll show you how to do it. So I walked up on the Legacy stage to get baptized with a ball of Saran Wrap around my ankle monitor. Got baptized, and the coolest thing in the world, man, is 2 days later, I walked into parole, and they told me they were going to take the ankle monitor off. So I literally got the ankle monitor baptized. It was kind of like God telling me, hey, you trust me, I'm going to show you how this works.
Absolutely.
And everything flipped, everything changed right there. My whole mindset, everything changed. It was awesome. That's easy. There's a lot of verses, and we go through Bob's Bible studies. I love Steve Sewell. I love his classes. But the one thing that'll stick with me for the rest of my life is what Bob said. about 2 weeks after I got there, and it's nobody's ready to change until the pain of staying the same is worse than the pain of change. And I use that all the time now, man. Like it sticks with me. It means like until you're at your rock bottom, until you're so, because I mean change hurts, but it's kind of like Bob says, you know, the drug life is hard, sober life is hard. What hard do you want to do? You know what I mean? You can stay the same, and it hurts staying like that. It hurt hurting my family, hurting everybody I loved. You know, hurting myself physically, mentally, spiritually. And until you're down to the point to where you know what, you know there's going to be pain one way or another. It's just what kind of pain are you willing to go through? A pain that's actually going to be changing in your life, or a pain that's going to keep you in the same spot in the continuous pain. Ha, man, complete change. I came in, I was mad, like me and Tommy always joke about all the time. The picture I came in on, I was spiritually dead. You know, I walked in with no teeth. Now I'm completely different. Just, I mean, just not physically, spiritually. Everything's about me, just my mindset. I have goals, future, and I just got a job actually today at Eagle, which is painting train cars. Yeah, and then me and my fiance plan on moving up here, getting us a little apartment, and just, you know, I mean, I like Graham, but I don't plan on living there. Legacy is my permanent church family. I'm a full-blown member of Legacy Church, man. That's another thing I'd tell all the new guys that come in, man. You have the opportunity to throw yourself in a church, and I know it sounds cliche and all that, man, but the best thing I did, because Legacy Church, it's not, I don't go there and just like I have to be there. I go there and I have a bunch of friends there, you know, Kevin, Dane, Bobby, all of them, man. And it's just awesome. I got a whole group of people behind me that weren't even anywhere near the mission. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's awesome. There's a lot of people, but the number one is Tommy, man. That's been my day one oath since day one. I mean, he's got me through so much, man. Tommy, I love you, bro. That's my boy, for sure. What else? Drew and Tommy, man. I mean, Bob and Jeff and David and all of them, man. But Tommy and Drew, you know, they're there late nights. They're there through all the drama and everything that's not going on during the day. And I don't think they get enough credit, because they have to deal with a whole lot more than they do during the day. Because during the day, the big dogs are there, so they're like, oh, you know, whatever. But when the big dogs are gone, then Tommy and Drew have to pick up the pieces, per se. You know what I mean? And they do an amazing job at it, man. Man, just Faith Mission is great, man. Like I said, I came in with the idea of just getting out of another prison sentence, and it completely changed my life, and I'll be forever grateful for that. I mean, forever grateful.